some, get some, bad enough, take some.
And hello and hey 19. Oh, this is a little Steely Dan, but hey 19. Welcome to episode 19 of Fangin' with Gangrel and Kid Cadet. Over there. Man, I'm surprised I can even move in this chair. It's been one of those I don't know what's going on. How are you?
I'm good.
And welcome everybody to. So you doing good? How was your weekend?
Pretty uneventful. I mean, like nothing too crazy. Getting ready for Minneapolis this weekend, so I'm looking forward to some cooler weather and got a convention up there, Twin Cities, so that'll be fun.
All right. You got any interesting panels?
Yeah, a lot. So I have Anthony Starr, who is Homelander from The Boys. That'll be really fun. Wilf Riedel. Some voices from Daria. Do you remember the show Daria?
No.
Do you remember, Raymond?
Cool. Daria? What is it?
It was a show from MTV.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was really fun. So.
Explorer Dora or whatever. Dora the Explorer. No.
Not the same at all.
No, Grandma's Boy. When like...
If you guys like Dora, let's hear it.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a rough show. Rough show. So it's episode 19.
Yeah.
I had a weekend. It was interesting. I went to bed Thursday night. And woke up Friday morning and I couldn't walk. So and I usually fly out of Fort Lauderdale, but I had to fly out of Miami. And so I know I was heading out to get an Uber, and I'm trying to get an Uber, and the guy's looking at me and he goes, "The emergency room?" I go, "No, the airport." He goes, "Hey man, but you're crying." He was a Jamaican dude. He goes, "But you're crying, man." I'm like, I'm not crying. And I looked up, and I did. I had tears. Apparently, my L4 is pinched, and I'm not so sure what caused it. I have the knee that I was trying to debate on whether to get the surgery. So I wore the brace for a full day Thursday, and I don't know if it changed the gait in my walk, but my back is so swollen. So I had to make some shows this weekend. So I did Friday night Nashville, Saturday a signing in Nashville. Susan, my lovely girl, showed up to try to get me home from Nashville. She bought a ticket, came up, and we flew home Saturday night. And I believe she thought I was gonna cancel my Philadelphia show on Sunday, but no, I got on the plane Sunday, went, and my back is super, super angry. So I don't know how I did it. I wrestled on the road. Literally, I broke my neck with William Regal in a Northern Lights suplex. You can still see it on YouTube. You'll see when I do the Northern Lights, my leg goes out flam. So I broke my neck. I wrestled on the road for a week and went to TV and still flew home from Indianapolis before I went to a doctor. And I didn't feel anything like this. I don't know if I'm just because I'm getting older or just because I've never had back issues. So maybe it's just all new to me. But man, I really, really felt vulnerable this week. So I landed yesterday and went right to a physical therapist. And yeah, they were just saying basically their words was, "Your ass is angry." I got an angry ass. It's locked up and bound up my periodontus or some kind of muscle.
I think that's a dinosaur.
Yeah, well, the big muscle on my butt. Paris something. I don't know.
Paris Hilton.
It's swollen. Everything's so swollen up that there's nothing they can do about it. They tried to stretch it, ice its thin unit. So all I can do is keep icing it and about a 10 unit and keep working. So the beautiful thing is I can sit. The flights were great and everything. It's just I can only take 2 steps before I'm in excruciating pain. I can't feel my leg.
I don't like
my leg. So it was a very, very interesting weekend. I was going to cancel the show. I was going to cancel, and I never cancel. I know Susan wanted me to cancel. I never canceled, but it turns out I'm not even gonna go into it. It was just a fiasco. It was one of those shows I probably should have just stayed home on. But that was my weekend, and so I'm lost, and I'm looking forward to you carrying the show today.
Oh, and, I have tequila.
You have tequila. well, I have a muscle relaxer in me, so I don't know.
So we're gonna be on some level today. I don't know what's happening here.
Do realize it's 9:30 in the morning right now?
Yeah, okay. I realized that,
right.
But I've been up for a couple hours, so technically it's the after. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it, but Raymond. First of all, shout out to Raymond for this beautiful set because it looks amazing.
Nice.
We're for
Spooky Month. Down, buddy.
All right, bye, buddy.
Yeah, he's making me sweat. He's got to go down. Oh.
But yeah, Raymond did a really good job spookifying the set for Halloween month, and all month long we're gonna be rocking this and spinning off.
See, we got a little Elm Street over here.
Yes.
So like my go-to promo stuff, especially when I do cameos, because I'm not a very good promo guy. I just straight rip like Freddy Krueger off, or even C Murder, because C Murder, I actually picked it up from the C Murder, the aggression. It's funny, he puts it on the aggression, the C Murder, he's like, 1, 2, Gangrel's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a crucifix. So I take that, and you know, the other one was Freddy Krueger. They'd say, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. So I'd always steal that and just twist it into promos like, 1, 2, Gangrel's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door. 5, 6, it doesn't matter if you grab a crucifix, because when I get a hold of you, I'm going to drain your blood and I'm going to take your soul, and you will be mine for eternity.
I like literally have chills. Oh my god. Woo!
Yeah. So like, yeah. So it's cool. I had a little Elm Street there. It's fun. And then I'm reaching and I'm digging and I'm grinding, trying to get through this here. So I'm looking for a little help. So this is one of these shows that I wish there was like, and we got to figure it out. I don't know. In the studio here, like a lot of people ask for live call-ins. They want to like come in and do like live calls. Is that even possible, Raymond? To get this?
If we do it live.
Yeah, we got to do it live, right? So, they could do the morning show, and then I don't know.
We have to be morning show people now?
No, I don't want to be morning show. Well, we are mornings. We're here every time at 9 a.m., like early, like 8:30.
Yeah. You get here like an hour before I do, so you can do your cameos.
Right, yeah. Because it's a nice backdrop and stuff like that, and it's quiet in here, and I wake the whole neighborhood up.
Good morning. What a better way to wake up. So before we kind of go into a couple questions and talk wrestling and other stuff, do you have a favorite Elm Street film? Do you have a favorite Nightmare movie? Or, I mean...
What would be the first one, right?
Okay, you're going with the OG Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, when he gets sucked into bed of blood. Yeah. Be the first one.
See, I know Alice Cooper's in one of them, and I'm not remembering which one it is off the cusp. So
it's not the first one.
I think it's 4. Like, he plays Freddy's dad. Yeah. But, at the same time, Alice Cooper also did the theme song for Jason 6. So, I mean, that's a different franchise. So... I don't know.
But then you had Jason. We talked about this before. Jason versus Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Somebody asked who would win, right? And then, of course, I said Freddy.
And I said Jason, I think.
You said Jason because the psychological, he's in your mind, this and that.
Right. Yeah.
What was it? We didn't throw Michael Myers in there in the mix, did we?
I don't think so. We didn't.
Nobody gives Michael Myers enough credit. He's a bad mother.
I think he stands on his own. I think, yeah. And the new movie's coming out, and I'm so excited in a couple more weeks. So.
What new movie?
There's a new Halloween film.
How far out of the loop in life am I? I don't know what's going on in wrestling. I don't know what's going on in my own world and movies.
I feel like obligated to follow it because I do so many horror conventions. So actually, Robert Englund, who plays Freddy, is going to be at a convention.
He's a nice guy. I've met him a few times. Super cool dude. Super cool dude. Super nice. I have a picture somewhere. I have to go through all my old stuff, but I definitely got a picture with him.
I'm excited to meet him. I think it's cool we have both Freddy Krueger and Freddie Prinze Jr., which is like the two extremes.
2 Freddys.
Yeah,
Prince Freddy and Freddy Krueger, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever met Freddie Prinze? Because I know he was working for WWE at one time.
No, I don't think so. He's too good looking to have met me.
What? What? Is that a thing?
No, wasn't he in, was he in Summer Catch?
I don't know.
With Jessica Biel?
Maybe? I don't know. I know him from...
It was like a baseball movie. That's the first time that she ever like... She did the scene. It was like after Seventh Heaven, and she jumped in the pool and had like a wet T-shirt.
I'm thinking Wild Things.
I think Freddie Prinze was in it. I'm thinking he was in it.
I'll have to look into that.
It was called Summer Catch. Raymond, if he was over there producing it, he'd be already Googling that, but he's not. He's doing crossword puzzles.
Is that what are you doing Sudoku?
What
is that?
Roster for you guys.
Oh,
is his Ouija board or something over there?
Those are scary.
Is this show airing Halloween? Is this officially October when this airs?
Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Okay, it's hard for me to say Halloween in October if it's not quite October because it's still September 28th right now for us, 29th.
28th. We're so close though. Like it's spooky season. Once it hits fall, just give me everything pumpkin and ghost and that's me.
Have you already started decorating your house?
You betcha. But I never took it down. Like, I go shopping during Halloween to get whatever skulls and spooky things I can. I don't know.
I suppose when I was with Luna, our house was constantly... It looked the same. Maybe outside. Outside got a few more cobweb type of... The outside changed, I suppose. But the inside was always the same. Literally, I had a casket made for her. Like, to her exact measurements. A pine casket. And then I had to put a footing on it. and then set it up, and then I put shelves in it, and then that's where she kept all like her.
That's
at the time, she
cool.
kept a lot of witchcraft books and a lot of like earth books and stone books and gems and stuff like that. So I guess like Wiccan stuff. I suppose.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but it was made for
a
a science. So I told her, well, whenever you die, just pull the shelves out, flip it over, and drop you in the box.
Wow.
And then you can say, she's in the box. That's what's in the box. Like,
now we finally know.
yeah, man, but that thing was so heavy. We moved a couple times, and being the person I am, I don't want to pay movers, so I moved it myself. And going up down the stairs trying to carry this.
You wonder why your back hurts.
Big. See my back. This big old. People must think I was crazy watching me like lug a casket around, like coffin. It was actually a coffin. It had the handles and everything on the side, like for like if you had pallbearer, to carry it and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. You
know what I saw recently? Like literally Kiss will brand anything. They have Kiss coffins.
Oh hell yeah!
If
I wasn't planning on if I didn't give a crap what happened to me after I died, I'd say if I did care, I'd say I'd take
you want a Kiss coffin.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm a Peter Criss guy, but I don't know if I want Peter Criss. I'd want all of them.
I'd
share all of them.
The OGs. You want Ace. Okay. That's interesting. A Kiss coffin. I don't know. It's expensive. I mean, that stuff is so expensive. Whenever I think about it, I'm like, why is it so expensive?
But I'm not thinking I really care what happens to me when I'm done. What are you going to do? I mean, I don't know. Your religion, you're Jewish, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is there any... I don't know. And forgive my ignorance. I don't know if there's any traditions or...
You have to be in the ground within like 2 days, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's
pretty
right. They're
quick
with the funeral.
Yeah, they're very quick. I mean, you're not supposed to even have your ears pierced. You're not supposed to have tattoos. Oops.
That's just for the religion.
Changing.
But what about the death part? Just
I really haven't heard very much, if anything, about cremations in the Jewish religion.
Because a lot of times they're in a mausoleum or a crypt type of thing.
In the ground. I mean, I know I hate thinking about it. But
they're in the ground. It's right. You know what? I've gone to the cemeteries with Susan, and they're in the ground because we go in and you have to dig a rock up. They dig a rock, and I said, and you got to pick the rock yourself, and you put it on the tombstone and stuff like that. It's a tradition.
I don't necessarily remember that, but I know like my parents are always like, we have our plots in Pittsburgh. I'm like, you went shopping for plots? Like, I guess that was the cool thing to do, back in the day.
Susan, or anybody that cares about me, if you're listening. Got maybe it's 3 words, I think. Dust in the wind. That's 4.
4. You got 4 there.
Yeah, and you can just play Will Ferrell. Let him play that from old school when Blue died. Blue, you're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Wow, we're getting really macabre.
You said it's October.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I wanted to talk about...
Well, these are things I never talked about, so I might as well talk about them on the podcast.
No, I'm open to talking about all of it. I know, Raymond's going to be like, more wrestling, but we'll circle back. We'll get there, right? Oh, we're getting the thumbs up. We got approval. Before we started recording, I don't know how it came up, but you started talking about something that you did with McDonald's. When you were a kid.
Well, how it all started is you were... drinking a margarita at
8:30 I sure was.
Morning, and then somehow. I talked about how it came up was because I said the fellow told me I was staying in Philadelphia. There's a Red Roof. I think there's a Quality Inn on the other side of it. The Quality Inn has a shuttle. The Red Roof doesn't have a shuttle. There's a Wyndham Hotel, and then there's a Travel Lodge in the back. So when the guy picked me up, he was. I was deciding on whether the show was done early enough that I could have got a 9:00 flight home, but the only flight home was Spirit, and I can't stand Spirit. I think I called the big yellow heel in the sky. So I'm like, I'm sorry, Spirit, but you've done me wrong on lots of flights, and when you break down, there's no other plane. You got to wait for them to fix the plane or hire a new crew, totally go through the whole hiring process to get home. So, because they don't have enough crew. Well, whatever. Spirit, it's Spirit. So, there was a 9:00 Spirit flight, and I'm like, I could get on that Spirit flight. It's $70. It's worth spending the $70 because my back is really, really jacked. I could be home in my own bed and trying to get on because I have a lot of shows coming up, and I really hate to cancel this weekend. This is airing on this weekend. Hopefully, I'm on the road and I'm healed by then. Because I've never canceled anything due to injuries. I've always motored through. So I asked the guy, you did put me in the Red Roof, did you? Because the Red Roof doesn't have a shuttle, this and that. And I was just trying to weigh the options out if I want to go just get that Spirit flight and pay for it myself. And he goes, no, it's the Wyndham. I go, oh, the Wyndham's good. The Wyndham is good right there. It's got a shuttle. The beds are comfortable. I can get food in the lobby. Like, even it's just a snack thing, but I could get stuff. You know, I'm hurting, so you don't really want to mess around with anything. So we're pulling in there. We're pulling in, and I go, there's the Wyndham. He goes, oh, no, it's Travelodge by Wyndham. I go, by Wyndham? Wyndham's there. Like, he goes, no, but then you see on the sign it says Travelodge by Wyndham. But he just told me Wyndham. So when I made the decision not to catch the flight, I heard Wyndham. Mm-hmm. He never said Travelodge. Now, Travelodge, it can be nice in some places, I guess, but this particular Travelodge is not nice. You get in the room, there's not even chairs with the table. There's not even a phone in the room. It's for certain things. So we're getting ready to check into the Travelodge, and this girl comes up and says, do you know where the 300 buildings are? Or 400 buildings, actually. It was the 400 buildings. I go, no, I don't know. She goes, okay, I'll go outside and wait. And so I'm coming back out. She was literally smoking a crack rock right outside the thing. And then she's just walking over like to the 400 buildings. Like, oh my goodness. Like, you know, as much as I hated Spirit, I was thinking I should have got on that Spirit flight home. So that's how we started talking about the McDonald's thing. So
was it?
Because you made something like drugs aren't cool, or you said something.
Oh yeah, I was like, up with hope, down with dope.
Up with hope, down with dope.
Whack.
And then I said to you, I said, drugs are cool, so is a corpse in a coffin too. And you go, I never heard that one. No. And I go, well, that's because it's something I did when I was in 5th grade, because they had an anti-drug thing, and the winner would get, like, I forget, I say a year, but it probably was like a month, to be honest, of free McDonald's, right? So if you're the poster winner, so I made a poster, and you can picture this big poster, and I was in like 5th grade or 5th grade. So I made a poster, and I drew a casket, and I drew a dude laying in the casket, and the casket open. But the dude had sunglasses on and he was smoking a joint. And I said, drugs are cool, so is a corpse in a coffin too. So I actually got hooked up for free McDonald's and got my poster hung up in McDonald's over in it was the Deerfield Lighthouse Point McDonald's right there on Federal Highway, like 50 years ago, like whatever. Yeah, like 48 years ago or something like that. Yeah, but drugs are cool, so is a corpse in a coffin too. So that's how that came up. That's how I got the free McDonald's, and I won that whole poster anti-drugs campaign thing like that. But it came up because we started talking about the girl smoking crack outside the Travelodge by Wyndham, which wasn't a Wyndham.
New shirts, fangin' and banging.
So it was a real fangin' and banging weekend, you know.
It really sounds like
my back was hurting so bad, I thought about saying, "Hey, yo, can I get a hit?" My back hurt so bad. Huh? Everything else didn't work. Maybe crack would have healed the back.
Probably not.
Crack will heal your back. Oh.
Don't take that advice, kids. That is not.
I don't think crack is going to heal my back. No. I think a lot of ice and some rest, and hopefully I'll be good to go. Hopefully I'm on the road, fanging and banging when this podcast comes out, because I have like 3 shows and a signing this weekend. So
where are you at this weekend?
I don't even want to say if I end up canceling. I feel like a horrible heel, but I'm in Indianapolis on Friday. Fort Wayne, I believe, doing a signing and a show in Fort Wayne on Saturday, and then I'm in Muncie, Indiana on Sunday and stuff like that. And then I get home late Monday night back here. So I'll miss class. But hopefully I make them, because I have like 19 shows in the next 31 days. So I'm really grinding this month. This is not a good time for my back or my ass to get angry. Whatever happened, this isn't a good time.
Poor angry ass.
I don't know if it's a sign, because I'm always looking for signs. I believe in signs, you know,
I do
to do the knee surgery and stuff. And I'm thinking maybe the big man in the sky, or
give us the sign.
Don't strike me with lightning, though. Paramedic is saying, "Hey, man, just do that knee surgery and figure a different route for your life." But when all you've done is wrestle since you're 17, this is pretty much the only job I've had since I was 17. Now I do have a lot of other opportunities, like with this podcast, and there's Gangrel's Ghost Stories, Halloween, Gangrel's Ghost Stories in production, but it's still being shopped, so that's still not 100%, you know, so I can't just go, okay, I could bank on that. But there's a lot of other things going on that I could
there's options.
Transfer over, whatever it is, you know, whatever the word is, to convert over, you know, Transition. There we go. It was a T. I just couldn't come up with it. It was one of the terrible T's. Transition. And I should know transitions because I preach it all day when I'm teaching classes. Transitions, damn it. You got to transition into a different move. But yeah, there's opportunities. Maybe at 53 it'll be easier than 54. but I feel like I want that last one more year. But then probably next year, a year from now, I'll be going like, I just want that one more year, you know. But the knee I could overlook, being bow-legged, bone on bone, no ACL, no PCL, all that, I can overlook it. But this back thing really has gotten my attention. That I feel really bad for anybody if I ever like brushed off that their back that's hurting. Like I go, oh, come on, because I didn't do anything. I went to bed and I woke up and I couldn't walk. I didn't take a bad spill in the ring. I didn't do anything crazy. I just went to bed, woke up and couldn't walk. So I believe all of you, and I'm sorry if I ever doubted anybody because I've been in so much pain. I can't even feel my leg right now. My pinky toe, my other toe are actually numb. And I think they said it was the L4. So I'm numb through my shin all the way right down to there. Like it's just burning in ice, you know. So if I doubted anybody and I was ever a jerk, please accept my humble apology. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry because, you know, all the years training and people come in and like Nicole Lucero, the Lucero twins.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like she disappeared and she kept saying, I was so scared I'd never walk again and stuff. And she said if she was a sciatic injury. And they told her, like Lakai, he does that for a living, and some other people are like, no, you got to stretch, and I said it's just a swelling thing. So this is probably what she was going through, and I showed no sympathy because I saw all this talent and I was so worried about it being wasted. But now that the ache is on the other back, I'm like, oh no.
Now you got it.
I'm so bad. I'm so sad. I'm sorry.
Are you good about stretching?
I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
You don't stretch.
I attempt not properly. No.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I stretch. But apparently it's just an angry ass that needs to loosen up right now.
All right, Gangrel and the angry ass. It's a good story.
It's an angry ass day. So
okay.
So that's how we got to the
McDonald's. So
the McDonald's, the corpse in the coffin too. Yeah, drugs of course. There's a corpse in the coffin too. Yeah. Do
you remember the DARE program?
Yes.
Like was that through the DARE program?
It probably I believe it was. I believe it honestly was through the DARE, the DARE, the big red letters.
Oh yeah.
D.R.E.
I think is that still a thing?
I think it's still a thing. I think DARE's definitely still a thing. There's still DARE. There's whole DARE like yeah.
Don't do crack. Crack is whack. Drink margaritas at 9 a.m. Whatever time it is. I'm not doing too well here. This is like more powerful than I was. Like margaritas taste different after 5 p.m. 9 in the morning. This is a little.
Oh, my world's running on
Dunkin'.
Some hazelnut and mocha and vanilla shot and hazel shot and 6 Splenda and almond milk. I'm not even going to tell you what he was going to do to you, Raymond.
What, was Raymond going to put something in the box to scare me?
Yeah, something like that.
Like what? Like what do you think is going to scare me?
You know what? All I thought is if he would have done that to me, I would have died because of my back. Like what? My back, I would have been like, I'd have cried.
Okay.
It's just, he sends me this thing.
Let me check.
No. It better not be in there because I'm going to
Is it in here?
No, of course not. No.
Is there something in here? Because it is very heavy. So there's either 100 questions
if he's done it, he's done it without my knowledge. And
Raymond, is there something in here?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Hold on.
No, because the box that he showed me was a different box.
Hold on. I just want to make sure that, because like here's the thing, I like snakes and spiders. Like, okay, there's nothing.
No, there's nothing in there.
Just a bunch of. It was just a lot of.
No,
questions.
he sends me this thing. It's this little box, but you slide it open and this spider flies out at you.
You think that's? I mean, it would have been funny.
I would have hurt myself. I would have went through the wall like a cripple for life.
No, I think that stuff's funny. Like, I was in Michael's a couple days ago, and there was like some bread box I was looking at, and someone put a bunch of fake snakes in there, and it got me a little bit. But I don't know. I guess like jump scares, they are pretty.
Yeah, I don't like spiders or snakes.
None of that.
No.
But our friend Abudadine, he had all the snakes.
Boudadine, yes, he used to. I wouldn't go in his house at one point because he had like venomous snakes or something like, and he had a license for that, and they'd be in all these things. But yeah, he's a Boudadine, man, snake master. He's had a tough path. He's healing up. He's had a couple of brain surgeries and some stents put in, and I think he's back to walking here and there and trying to go to the gym. But I'm sure he still has his snakes. I know he has his bunny, and I think it's called Bunny.
He has a bunny?
Bunny named Bunny, I think. Bunny named Bunny. I'm not sure, but I think it's more of a therapy bunny now. But I think he's traded in the snakes for the bunny rabbits.
Have you seen my... So I have a hedgehog who's named Vlad, and he's like a vampire. Look at his teeth. Hold on, let me show you. He has little fangs. I don't know if we can show it to the camera, but isn't it so cute? Look at his little fangs.
You can see it, but it's a hedgehog. She has a hedgehog for a pet named
This is
Vlad.
Vlad the Bulker. Vlad the Bulker. If you watch What We Do in the Shadows, that's who my little baby is named after.
All right.
Yeah. Superpowers. Are you ready?
That margarita is getting you good, huh?
Is it?
You just gave me the superpower. You looked at me and said, superpower.
Superpower.
You ready?
Am I? You'll know, like when my face turns red. I'm not ready yet. That's just the light that he has glaring on my face.
He does blast you with the lights over there, doesn't he?
He sure does. My face doesn't really look like whatever you're seeing on the
Are
screen.
you afraid that she's so pale and white you can't see her? You got to put extra light on her? Or
It's
what?
okay. I'm not offended by it. It's totally fine.
I'm a vampire. She's the vampire.
I'm clear.
Yeah.
But the other thing, yeah, so Raymond said that we should talk about what superhuman abilities we would want. And I know you've mentioned before your sense of smell, which is above average, would you say?
Yeah. It's a horrible sense of smell. I smell everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I guess I guess that's a superpower. I suppose we talked about it, but what superpower would I want? I have no idea. I don't know if I'd want a superpower.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about?
Because like you're no matter what did Spider-Man appreciate his superpower?
Yes.
Did he? No, he was taunted. When he always it just seemed like he was tormented all the time trying to figure.
That's just Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. What about
maybe he is.
Superman? Appreciate being Superman all the time?
I think because he's an alien, his is a little...
What about the Hulk? Did he like being a Hulk all the time, turning into Hulk?
I don't know.
Or that Thing Rock guy? Did he like being the Thing Rock guy all the time?
Well, he was really popular, so
or somebody that can hear everybody's thoughts. Doesn't it drive them crazy because they hear everybody's thoughts and then make you like actually insecure too because you hear everything everybody's thinking about you. So.
Oh, this is making me depressed.
So no, that's why I don't know that maybe I.
What about something that would like help people, like the ability to like heal somebody, or
but to heal you got to give, right? So
I don't know.
So
is that the rule?
When you heal, I think there's other people. They showed powers where people. When you heal somebody, it drains a piece of you every time. Yeah. So
what about something like real weird? Like you can open a Starburst wrapper. What?
I want my superpower to be, and whenever I smile, I know when to smile at somebody that has a bad day that needs to smile.
Aww, that's wonderful.
That'll be shut up, Raymond. That'll be my superpower.
What about the ability?
That's a safe superpower. The ability to know when to smile at somebody.
To make someone's day.
Yeah. And if you don't have that superpower, just smile all the time. Then you'll get it right at one point.
Mine is I want to be awake and alert at 9 a.m. every Tuesday so we can do this podcast.
It's a superpower.
It is like
it's a will for sure.
Alertness. What about you, Raymond? Raymond's is going to be real deep. He's thought about this. Okay, Raymond, go.
To be able to control things with my mind.
Oh, you want telekinesis. Yeah. Like Matilda. Okay.
Like no one can stop cars, bullets.
I used to think I could do that.
What was that Super 8 movie?
Oh, so good.
Yeah, didn't they do stuff
Super
like
8.
that?
And Chronicle. Oh, so good. Yeah, Chronicle shows like the dark side of like having abilities. And even, have you seen The Boys? Have you seen that show?
No, but you said you're doing a
panel for them, for one of them this weekend.
I guess if I had to have a superpower, maybe not to feel pain, but although pain lets you know you're alive.
That's so true.
Pain lets you know you're alive. When you're feeling pain, you know you're alive. You have to feel sadness to be happy. You have to feel pain to know what feeling good feels like. So I don't know. It's a really tough one. I think with every superpower, there comes some counter backlash or something that you.
I don't want to think about that. I only want to think about the good stuff.
I'm just saying.
Like if we could teleport and we can just be like, let's go get fish and chips in the pub, and then we're just in Britain. Wouldn't that be fun?
Teleporting might be a good one.
Teleporting would be so fun, right?
No flights, passports.
Oh, no more Spirit? Are you kidding me? And then you don't have to stay in a
What was that movie called? Jumper? There was a movie
Jumper.
called Jumper. Yeah. Go to Egypt. Be back.
I would love.
He was robbing banks with that one though, wasn't he? Wasn't he robbing?
Sure. So we'll rob banks too. I don't care.
No, we're not gonna rob the banks.
Okay. No, we're not.
She's gonna rob the banks.
I'm not robbing anything. I don't think I could do it. I feel like I would laugh the whole time. Like I can't be serious for that long. I would get caught instantly. Robbing a bank.
All right, so something else interesting that happened this weekend is
Yes.
I spoke to a fellow that I was doing a virtual on Friday, and he was coming in and then got a connection with a guy named Jonathan. He said his name was Chief. He wanted his picture signed to Chief. He bought it over the line, right? So I go, "Are you Native American?" He goes, "Yes." So I asked him, "What's the deal with Bigfoot?" And he goes, "Sasquatch," right? I go, "Yeah." So I asked him to debunk some things. So remember, I heard the rumor that the porcupines eat the Bigfoot bones and stuff. He goes, "No, not true. Not true." He said Bigfoots are much like the Native American elders. They know when they're going to die, right? So they know their time's come to an end. So they go far off into like special places in the mountains that nobody will find them. So that's where the Bigfoots go. Yeah. But he definitely believes, and he says the Native Americans, they definitely believe in Sasquatch, Bigfoot, skunk ape.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was also like intertwined with Native American history.
Oh yeah, they're the ones. But yeah,
Whoa.
Mainly with them, I believe. Mainly like they're the ones. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So had he ever seen one before, Chief? No. Okay.
But he's heard stories of people, and then like I had it's the dude that came to. Oh my goodness. So. There's this is a long story. Now I'm gonna
we got time.
All right, so
oh, deep breath. Here we go.
Once upon a time, I was banned from the Mikazuki. All right, so I'll tell you how I got banned, and I'll tell you how I did it. So I went to the Mikazuki. Actually, it's funny enough because Todd Barry Houston came to the Nashville signing. He lives in Nashville. So I went, he ended up being my partner, the second set of Black Hearts when I went to Japan for IWA and stuff like that. So his name was Barry Houston. He's also who I was stuck in Senegal with Norman Smiley for 3 weeks with no money. And we couldn't get out of Senegal in Africa with him. So he came to see me this weekend in Nashville, which was very good. But so all these stories are going to come together. Like you're going to have to remind me of Little Bear though. So I go to a show at the Mikazuki. I wasn't even on the show. I just came home from Puerto Rico. So this is like into 93, 94, early 94, into 93. So had to be like 94 probably. But I go to a show, and the show's run by a fellow named Tyree Pride, the Haitian sensation. He was a big Florida star down here, Bahamian, and in the islands and stuff. Florida Championship Wrestling. He was a big star. So I go wrestle. I go down there. I'm not even on the show. They asked me, do I want to wrestle? And they asked me, do I want to wrestle Tyree? So I was doing the vampire gimmick, the vampire war. So I wrestle Tyree. I get in there, and he does all this silly stuff. Tyree probably he likes to grab your nose and hit his hand. If you grab his arms, you pull behind his back. He does like a mule kick and stuff. A lot of comedy, which I'm not a huge fan of like comedy, but I've made that clear a lot. But it makes sense with his character. It's fun. It's who he is. So, but it was time for me to put some heat on him, right? So like so for all the comedy I'm gonna give you double the meanness and viciousness. So I get on him and I'm coming at him, and he's not selling anything. Like he's just jumping up, and he's known for that. And I'm friends with him, but he's known for that. I'm like, what's going on? I just did all your comedy stuff, and I kicked him again, and he goes, "You kick me like that again, I'm gonna kick your ass." So, excuse my language. So I kicked him like that again. Now, and to his credit, he got up and punched me. Like 5 times in the face faster than anybody's ever punched me. It's like boom, 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 boom. And I went, "Is that all you got, dude?" Like he runs from the ring when I said that, because I just looked at him and said, "Is that all you got?" And he like takes off from the ring, Tyree. And he just runs to the locker room, and now I'm mad in the ring because I got punched 5 times. Like it didn't hurt, but I was like, damn, he punched me 5 times. I didn't even get nothing back on him, So that's whacked, like crack is whack. Well, he punched me and I couldn't punch him back. I was whacked. I was mad. So I'm pacing, and there's this other dude named Q. This other guy. He's a bigger guy. He rings the bell and he starts going, "Time limit draw" or something. So then I get hot at him. Like I said, no, this guy ran out of the ring. This is like, so now I'm like super, super mad. So trust me, I'm going to get to the end, but like somehow it'll tie in. But if I don't forget where I'm going with this. So I'm going back. This is at the Mikazuki before they had the dome or anything. This is when it was just a little like gymnasium next to the jail, like out in the middle of nowhere, right? Before the big dome and all the fancy casino and stuff like that. So So I'm going back to the locker room, and I'm so mad at that guy, Q. He's in my locker room. Tyree's in the babyface locker room. The good guys look. So I go back in, and I grab Q's bag, which I shouldn't have done. And I was wrong for doing that. But I grab his gear bag, and I throw it out into the crowd of all the Native Americans. Like just throw the whole bag. So they're like, woo! Yard sale, you know. They're going through all this stuff. They throw it out, and I said, don't you dare come back to this locker room. I'm going to kill you, man. Like, I was so mad, right? And then Rusty was there. Rusty's like, go calm down, man. Go wash your face off, man. You gotta chill out. And I said, he goes, I saw what happened. Just go chill out. So I go back, and I'm washing my face in the sink. And then I hear Rusty. He used to call me Heesky. He go, Heesky. I looked up, and there was Tyree coming to stab me with he had a shank. He had a screwdriver filed down, a big long one. And he had it wrapped in a towel. So Rusty thought he was coming in with his gun because Tyree carried the gun. But he had the shank, no. Like a screwdriver sharpened down. And I turned around, and I just went off on him and said, what are you trying to do? I mean, I just cut a promo. You trying to do a cheap-ass Bruiser Brody thing on me on a Native American reservation? What the hell is wrong with you? You know, and then I said, I literally was so mad. I said, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to give you a chance to finish what you started. Like, I turned around, but I seen the mirror, and I saw his hand drop. So I looked in the mirror, and I could see that he was just shocked. When his hand dropped, I turned around and just caught him with like a Kerry Von Erich tornado discus punch or something. Boom. And then I just started beating him up, and I didn't know they were federal marshals. I just thought they were like police or security guards on the reservation, but learned the hard way. Well, they roll in, and they pounced me 4 or 5 deep because somebody called them because they thought Tyree brought a gun in. So they were coming in thinking there was a weapon. So they came in heavy, you know. And they just come in and they see me beating up Tyree. So they jump on me, and they get me in handcuffs and everything. So they get me in handcuffs. They put the handcuffs on me. And as soon as they got one, ladies on one arm, and there's a guy, and there's like 2 other of them. And, you know, and I'm cooperating. But then Tyree jumps up off the ground, and he comes running at me. So I'm in handcuffs, my hands behind my back. I break away. Now, granted, this is all going down into the toilets. So if you ever been in a men's locker room, which you have, kid, you've been in a men's locker room, you know that they're not the tidiest of people, and they don't always seem to make the toilet with their pee and stuff like that. So it's disgusting in there, right? So he comes charging at me. I break away from them. I'm in handcuffs, but they fall down, especially the lady cop. She was pissed. She was hot. Like, she fell down, and the other guy fell over the other way. And I caught Tyree with a straight kick to the face, and then he went right down. So now I'm just like skull stomping him, like in the bathroom floor. Like, so they just like tackle me. They're pulling my hair. The lady's like beating on me. The lady police officer. One got me by the ear because I'm in handcuffs. There's nothing I can do. So they arrest him, and so all this is going on. Meanwhile, while this is going on in the bathroom, there was a fellow named J.R. James that wrestled, a local guy here, Jim Nashker, J.R. James. And if I got this story right, I didn't see this. This part was told to me. There was a full riot going on in the crowd from me throwing the bag out there, everybody going through everything. And he does a cowboy gimmick called J.R. James. So they go out and they try to start the next match. He comes out with his cowbell and cowboy hat. Well, the natives jumped him. They knocked. No. Apparently, he ended up with stitches. They knocked him out with his own cowbell because he carried a real cowbell. So they knocked him out. Meanwhile, they're dragging me. They drag Tyree out, and then they go to drag me out. And then there's the guy Q that I threw his bag out. But I'm mad, and when I get mad, I grew up in a rough neighborhood and stuff, and I go back to some mentality. So like, I broke away from the marshals again, and one of them fell down. I broke away, and I went over and kissed him on the mouth and said, I'm going to F you later, boy. And they're like, he's crazy. Now you got a picture. I'm doing all this with fangs. I had fangs in. I had fangs. And they're like, see, he's crazy. He's the demon. He's bad. They're screaming all this stuff. He's evil. He's possessed. They're so they dragged me out, and then I look, and I see everybody in the crowd going crazy, and they're looking over here, and they see them. They jam me in this police car, and they jammed me in the police car to drive me like 30 feet to the police station. And you get to the police station, and it was right next. It was before it was all fancy, before the dome and all that, and out there in Mississippi. It was just a little gymnasium, and it was like, I don't know, like something you'd picture in Old West, a jailhouse or something. It was like chicken wire, and you had to sit sideways on the bench, and there when they locked the door, it was like a coop, like a chicken coop, you know? So you're locked in there. So I'm sitting in there going, oh, man, well, like what the heck, this guy trying to stab me and I'm in jail. But then I see him over there and he's not saying anything to me. And you got to remember, I'm friends with Tyree. And I'm like, what the hell? It's just something went around. They come in and they ask me, do you want to press charges? We found the weapon and we've heard the statements and stuff like that. I go, no, I just want to get paid and go home. And they go, okay. And they go, all right, Tyree, you can go. They let Tyree go. And they go, hey, what about me? And they go, oh, no, we got you on inciting a riot, assault on federal marshals. Like I had 4 counts of assault on a federal marshal, inciting a riot and all this stuff. So I was terrified. So I stayed with Todd. Todd had to wait with me because like Luna did not believe I was in jail all that night. But I stayed in there until dawn. There was a fellow named Barney Siegel that was a lawyer that worked with Bill Brown, SWF back then. And they stayed there arguing my case with the federal marshals till dawn. And I think they just held me there to teach me a lesson. They knew that he tried to stab me, but they finally let me go at daylight. And they let me go at daylight. I go home. Then I had to explain to Luna that, like, she thought I was in a bar all night and made up this wild story. She goes, Tyree would never try to fight you or stab you. I go, he did both. So whatever. I worked all that out, but I was told never to come back to the Mikazuki again, right? I was banned from the Mikazuki. So, okay, cool, whatever. But I went back years later, but I went back, of course. But to get to where we are with the Bigfoot thing. So now I'm teaching and I have my school, GWA, Gangrel's with Son. And a Native American kid comes in, a little bear, and he goes, hey, man, I know you. He wasn't sure about the whole gang. He goes, didn't you get locked up on the Mikazuki? He was like a little kid in the audience when that all went there. Yeah, he went there. But, yeah, so, like, that's why I laughed. I had to tell that story. But to get back to Little Bear, he has some amazing Bigfoot stories. Like, he tells me about being out in the Everglades and being really scared, and they're up on the trailers or up on stilts out there, and that he's seen like the eyes coming in and banging on the side of his door, and the dad coming back and what the hell's wrong with him because they're like huddled into a closet, and like they've had the Native Americans that would have been a skunk ape out in the Everglades or the Mikazuki, but they're very heavily. It's always been tied in with them. That's where I've always associated with was the Native Americans. I don't know how you had to hear that whole long story about
what a crazy story. But I was going to say, I think the reason why they kept you to the sun came up was to make sure that you weren't an actual vampire. You're like, if he disintegrates when he steps outside, then...
Oh, man, they were hollering, you should. The guy I kissed on the mouth and said I was going to F later. He's like, he's possessed. He's a demon. And like... Maybe I was at the time. Maybe I was possessed because I was on the marshals weren't stopping me in handcuffs. He wasn't stopping me, life's crazy. But, as Malenko always told me, Boris Malenko, he said, there's no, at the end of this trip, this journey, there's no jewel. There's no pot of gold. There's no jewel. The journey is the jewel. So that these memories like that, they may, I got through it. I lived, no harm, no foul. So some lost a little skin, a little blood, a little bit of time in a jail cell. But like, we're here to talk about it. And funny enough, being it's Halloween and everything, I'm gonna tell you this too. And I joke all the time. I'm gonna joke all the time. I joke all the time with Lakai, because Lakai is French Creole, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, and Tyree was Bahamian, but he was tied in with the Haitian community a lot, right? So after that happened, for like a year, man, I had some bad luck. I had injury. I would get an injury doing nothing. Like I would just tear a groin. Like boom, I'm like, oh, just like a knee would hyperextend. And I would go, and Luna would always go, oh, you need to go make friends back with Tyree. I think he threw chicken bones on you, man. He put the voodoo on you. And I would always joke with Lakai, and he goes, he probably did. Because you know what? I went and made up with him, and everything stopped. Okay. I don't know if it was psychological and I was doing it to myself. But yeah, for like a year, until I made up with Tyree. I swear he threw the chicken bones down on me. Whatever they do to like put a curse on you or whatever, man. Like I went and made peace with him because I couldn't stop the run of injuries. So I'm wondering if somebody threw some bones on my back. No. What have I done? Like, maybe it's Ruthie J because she's French Creole.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's Dominican and French Creole, and I ride her because she's got a lot of talent. But I don't. I think she knows I just ride her because I believe she has a lot of talent.
She sure does.
And so. You know, I don't think Lakai would do it to me because he knows I'm going to come see him to stretch him. That's just my word for him.
Maybe that's the gimmick. He does it so you have to go into him.
Oh, he keeps me like captured under a spell, something like.
No, I don't think Lakai. He's too nice.
Nah, he's too nice, man.
Yeah, he would never.
Oh, and you don't want his big hands stretching. You ever see how big his hands are? Like he's so strong. That dude is so strong. He's like, he's supposed to be like.
What is he? Oh, he's agreeing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, look, he's a tremendous human being. Like his heart's good, but if you didn't know him, you wouldn't approach him. He just looked mean and angry. You know, like he was doing something yesterday, and this is gonna sound. I'm not even gonna say it. Forget it, because like I'll end up canceled. But he's so he's so good too. But he's so scary. But he's like the nicest person. But he sits there quiet, so everybody's terrified of him. You know, and a lot of people I don't think realize he did a lot of like, you know, like Kimbo Slice type of things, the backyard and underground fighting and stuff like that. And apparently Metodi, Metal, the Bulgarian guy, same thing. He says he did it, but when I talk to Kyle, we don't believe it. Now, his feelings will be hurt listening to this. Maybe he's tougher than we realize, but
maybe.
But yeah, these guys, some of them have come through some hard ways just to make a little bit of money and to try to chase to get to this part of their dream professional wrestling. Their dreams are not to fight. They were just trying to make money, to come up with schooling and stuff. The stories I hear are sometimes insane. These American dreams, you know, like what these dreams are made of, you know, what some people go through. And then you meet some other people that just feel like they're entitled and they know everything and they have the right to throw whatever opinion they want out there on the internet without a bit of an experience or knowledge of anything, you know. And I try not to read that stuff, but I won't go on that route today in Rampage because I could spend hours on it and make an ass of myself, to be honest, calling out people or companies about things, but I'm not going to.
Okay, today is not that day, but
I may give it a week.
Next week
and come at some bigger companies over something here if they don't come through on their word.
All right.
But
I was going to say, I think it's so interesting. You know, obviously, we know you're not feeling the best today, but when you tell a story, it's so, like, you get so animated. It's like an out-of-body experience.
I don't know about all that.
He tried
to stab me with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
But I love Tyree, man. I love Tyree. I do. I'm still friends with him to today. Tyree Pride, man. The Haitian sensation. And he was so over in South Florida and the islands. Kevin Sullivan couldn't beat him because they would riot. Like when he would go in, and you know, Kevin did all the dark Prince of Darkness and this and that, and he would go down there and face Tyree in the Bahamas or Abaco or somewhere. But you couldn't beat him. You couldn't get off the island. If Kevin was to beat Tyree, he would never be able to get off that island alive. The people, he was just so over and everything. So it was, but Tyree's an incredible person. And I call him. He was a friend. He was a friend before that happened. He was a friend, but I don't know. I still think he put the chicken bones on me or something.
Well, I hope not.
Me. But you know what? I don't know. Do we got to do a thing, or are we gonna go right into the box? What's in the box?
Are you ready?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's time for the box.
Okay.
Ready for the box?
Yeah.
Let's get to the box.
Okay, let's.
All right.
Are we doing it?
Yeah,
okay.
we're doing it.
Okay, let's grab that much down. All right, here we go. Here we go now. All right, number one. Hopefully not an orange. Curve so... No, it's not him. No, okay. This one is from JC Carjar.
Carjar.
Mm-hmm.
JC, what's up, man? Or Casey.
JC,
what's up,
yep.
JC?
JC Carjar.
All right.
The episode where the two of us talk about zombies versus vampires. What if the zombies were the type of zombies from iZombie? How do you think vampires would do against those type of zombies? I've never seen it.
I don't care. What is an iZombie? What's an iZombie?
An iCarly. I don't know. No, it's an iZombie. I don't know.
It's like a Nickelodeon zombie? What is it?
Is it on Nickelodeon?
I knew you guys didn't watch the show, and obviously I put the questions in the box.
Okay.
So I have a trailer for you guys. You guys ready to actually finally use Titron?
All right.
Oh, yeah. The
Titantron.
All right. So what are you going to show me? iRobot? Or...
that's good.
What?
Zombie.
iZombie. So these zombies are different than regular zombies.
Yes.
Aye. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me get my donut.
Do I need glasses or anything? 3D glasses or anything? No?
Okay.
Oh, she got the donut. What's
This
the donut?
I used to be passionate, inspired, alive. Now I'm mostly just hungry. And a zombie, so there's that.
Oh.
As day jobs go, this one was pretty grim.
Oh.
Until I got a taste of something more.
Why the hot sauce? Is that a zombie thing?
I've been terrified about somebody finding out about me for months, and you're acting like it's the measles. When I eat a brain, I get visions. Flashes of dreams or memories.
Dr. Death, what's the story with my Jane Doe? No idea yet?
She was arrested in 2008.
How'd you know that?
Liv. It's a psychic.
Ish.
I see.
I can't refuse to be dead. I can't tell the people I love what's going on with me. But I can choose to help find justice.
Okay.
I saw you get shot.
He missed. I played dead, and then I guess I chased his car. Seriously, how did you solve crime before me?
I think I've seen enough of
I
your
thought I was
eyes
the
on me.
only-
You're watching. Obviously, you like this show.
It's been a while since
I-
I watched it. It looks pretty
The
good.
only thing I determined from here is Kit Cadet might be a zombie.
Really?
Well, look.
food.
You
You think I look like her?
well, a little bit. Like, maybe not in this particular freeze, but...
She's pretty.
yeah. Very pale. Blonde hair.
This is not brains.
Intelligent.
This is a donut.
Smart. Apparently. Smart enough to be a medical examiner or something. Is that what she is?
She eats their brain to gain
That was
knowledge.
kind of disgusting. I don't know if that was noodles or brains. Brains and noodles.
I think it was both, but she put siracha on it. Wouldn't that make her sick?
So so JC.
What?
Hold on. So how are what makes her? No, they can't beat a vampire. No, absolutely no. Hell no. Hell to the no. Hella no. If you're in NorCal, hella no. Like, why? Because she can see visions. Like, what? Is she
she's
gonna
eating her
know?
brain.
The vampire doesn't get any weaker, like, because you saw his past or this and this and that. How's that gonna help? I mean, she's because you go solve crimes. Stay away from vampires.
This is just like, to me, I look at this and I'm like, this is a CW manufactured show because they do this with everything. Yeah. This is the same, like, it's just, they make things hot.
Didn't they already have a show where the psychic just solves stuff? I mean, Dexter has a better chance of beating a vampire than a zombie. Yeah.
Nice one.
You know, maybe Dexter was a zombie. I don't know, but no.
But no.
Dexter, no, Raymond, no. Whoever put that, JC, no, I zombies, like, no. They have a chance like that donut just had a chance with kicking that shit out. Done. Vampires, kill it, done, gone. No. You have not produced a zombie yet. The only thing that I would fear is a vampire that bit a zombie, and then he had an infectious disease, which eventually could bring down vampires. That's it. So the vampire cannot bite the zombie. That's all. He'd be infected. He'd get his blood.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Makes sense? No, am I the only one?
No, I'm with you on that. I was thinking, like, with a werewolf crossover, but it's too much. But the answer is no.
No.
But thank you for showing that, and we finally utilized the screen for something non-wrestling related. The first thing we watched was
Right.
Carly.
You think you would have showed us, like, Arcade Bros or something on there?
You gotta go for Arcade Bros.
Yeah,
bro.
Arcade Bros there or something, yeah.
All right.
Big E, you figure you'd have put up there, but no.
But no, we get eyes.
Maybe some Bobby Lashley, since we've determined I'm on the Bobby Lashley train. I'm a big Bobby Lashley fan, but I don't know. I saw MVP's recovering from a knee surgery.
That's
I've seen
good
some
news.
posts up and everything, so I was sending out some positive vibes and speedy recovery to him. I guess it's some kind of meniscus, but it looks like he's well on his way to recovery, so that's good. So Good. All right. So next question.
You ready for the next one?
I'm still like perturbed about this whole zombie thing. Like, what the hell?
Just let it roll off. Just water off a duck's back. Right? Okay. This one is from Nicole Corrado. Okay.
Why do I know that name? Whatever. Go on.
She wants to know, can you talk about, I believe it says Mortis / Chris Canyon.
Well, I didn't know Chris Canyon that well. I knew a lot of people he's associated with. I think I did watch the most of I believe the Dark Side of the Ring episode of that.
How was that episode?
It's sad, you know. Sad. None of them are. They don't call it the Dark Side of the Ring because there's anything really happy in there. Even though they tell you they want to like shine some things on a positive light, but I think they covered his struggle, and I think it helped you understand, you know, like how horrible it must feel to be in like he was a little too late when everything was coming out, but he went through all this torture and personal hell he put himself through, worried about how people would judge him or take him or for being gay or this and that. So he lived, you know, terrified and paranoid, you know, with the truth of who he is and everything, and that's a horrible thing. So I found it to be very sad episode, but I didn't dislike it because I thought like it helped you understand, like, and it might help a lot of other people understand what people have gone through and maybe understand why they are or why they act the way they act or why they might have been irrational throughout things or had anger issues or you know, or personal demons that, you know, and stuff like that. But it's horrible they took his own life, and suicide's a very serious thing, and we've covered it before in here with the Daphne thing and you know, living 18 years with Luna and her personal demons with schizophrenia, bipolar, you know, mental illness in general, and suicide. Yeah, it's a very eye-opening episode, and it was one that I didn't go, okay, it was the Dark Side of the Ring, but it helps you understand a human being. But I didn't have many personal interactions with Chris Canyon. I did with a lot of people that did. I have, and they all spoke highly of him. So I never heard anything bad about him. So, you know, so yeah, rest in peace. And anybody out there, if you're dealing with anything, you know, I've running a training facility and deal with different personalities. Every student and person, human being that comes into that door is a different individual. They're going through something. Everybody's going through something different in their life. You know, maybe some are similar to some of the same things. Maybe they relate. And they end up bonding, coming together. But everybody is an individual, and somebody's always going through something. So don't be afraid to reach out and talk to somebody. There's numbers out there. I think they've put numbers up on this before for like suicide hotlines and different things or counseling and stuff. There's so many avenues out there for free too. And you don't have to worry about a money thing. There's a lot of like stuff out there that's very open and get to it. And please don't hesitate. You know, I urge you, encourage you, and beg you all in the same to reach out to someone. You know, or reach out to us here. We'll point you in the right direction. Raymond will get it to me. Anything he reads, all the stuff is important, and so does a kid today, and definitely can help point you to the right direction. Please don't go through anything alone or feel that you're alone in this world. Okay, so keep pushing, keep smiling, get to the sun on your side.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Ready for the next one? I'm gonna skip that one. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that one. We'll do this one first. This one is from Skrillex 2K. I don't know if it's the actual Skrillex, because if it is, what? Okay. I was wondering why you are not a Randy Orton fan. I consider him to be one of the greatest heels in pro wrestling. I respect your opinion. I just wanted to know why you don't like him. Thanks in advance from Skrillex.
Well, I'm an Arcade Bro fan. And that involves Randy Orton. Now, prior, I just said I was never I don't know, I just wasn't a Randy Orton fan. I didn't think, oh, Randy's on, I gotta go watch that. I didn't have anything against him. It wasn't personal or anything like that. It was just not somebody that I followed. He came in as I was out, so I was probably going through personal things in my life. I probably missed like his build-ups and his incomings and stuff like that, and then life was going on. And as I got back into watching wrestling again later, it just wasn't one of the people I watched. Nothing personal or anything like that at all. But I'm certainly digging to Randy Orton and Riddle though, that Arcade Bro, and I'm finding out a lot of other people like that tag team now. So I'm not just the only one.
Okay, you're a convert now. Now you're a fan. All right.
Well, I don't know. It's like Felix. It's like the Odd Couple. It just works for me. I don't know.
I don't hate it. Do you like it, Raymond?
I don't like it for Randy, but yeah.
Okay. He doesn't like Randy. That's cool. All right.
No, he likes Randy. He just doesn't like the
Randy?
tag team.
Yeah, I don't like it for him.
You don't like it for him.
He likes Randy by himself.
Got it. Okay. I mean, but like when you've been with the business for so long, you have to keep things fresh and new and interesting, don't you?
And have fun.
Yeah. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This one's from Jim Ugly. Okay. Well, we think you're beautiful. Okay. Gangrel,
Yes,
what is
sir.
your most embarrassing moment in and out of the ring? P.S. You're cool and funny. You seem like a quality dude. I can vouch he is cool, funny, and quality.
I don't know. Embarrassing moments.
Do you have any?
Like what? Pooping yourself or something?
Have you?
Well, yeah, sure I have. Like WWE, WWF at the time. There's no days off, you know. The only thing you get off, if you get pink eye, is when you get off. For something that's like super contagious, they'll let you off. But like if you were to take off, I have a tummy ache, or I have my stomach's upset, I got food poison, I can't wrestle tonight. Back when we were there, somebody else took your spot. There was no, okay, it's totally different now than it was when we were there. So no, you worked through everything. So like it didn't matter, you know. So yeah, I have, but I wear black, so I don't think anybody would know it. I personally would have been embarrassed to myself, but I don't think anybody would realize it because of the layers of the different gear I wear. Trying to think what embarrassing. I don't know.
Have you ever like tripped or anything?
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
We got one.
So yes, England.
Okay.
England. Now, and this is why I suggest everybody should always. It's in the Liverpool Empire. And in England and over in the UK, I was wrestling for All Star Promotions. They were doing a show, so you should always walk your route to the ring before. If you're there early enough to the show, you should always walk your route, because when it gets dark and lights change, this and this and that. So two embarrassing things. The one was the foot. I've told the foot in the elevator all the time, where a foot got crushed in the swag. Right? We've already covered that story, right? Yeah, my debut.
Okay.
My debut, right? So we've already covered that. So here's so another reason why I should, that was a dry rehearsal, but whatever went wrong. But this one, I didn't walk the path or anything. I actually went across. I was visiting somebody at a little pub. I wasn't necessarily drinking or anything. I was just at a little pub across the street from the Empire, talking to the Queen, Brian Dixon's wife, and saying hello and being social and all that. So the show starts. We come out. And you got to walk out into the crowd, but you walk along the stage. So you come out a side door. So it's a stage. It's like a theater, Liverpool Theater, the Empire Theater. So you walk out and you turn right. And you got to walk along a walkway, and then you go over to the stage. You come out into the stage. Well, all the lights are blacked out. So I'm walking along this thing. I got sunglasses on, a chalice, music's playing. And instead of staying along the wall, I assumed, I couldn't see it, it was black. I assumed that there was flooring to the stage. So this vampire hung a left to cut to the ring, to go to the stage. And turns out there was no floor. So it was like, whoop, vampire orchestra pit. Bam! Face bump. I came up, my chalice was bent over my hand like this. So I walk, and so picture me, I'm just doing that. I got the swag, I got the music's playing, and I'm feeling all cool, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, walking out. And instead of just staying to the right, I said, I'll take a left. I'm going to cheat this a little bit and cut it to the ring, because it was kind of a long entrance, and there's an orchestra pit. So if you've been to any concert, you've been to theater, you know that there's a stage, there's a big drop off. So yeah, so I go, I take the bump, but I hop back up like nothing happened. My glasses were sideways on my head. I push the glasses down. The chalice is literally bent just over my knuckles. And so there's no blood or anything. And I'm wrestling this guy, James Mason. And I look up and I could see Letitia. She's the ring announcer, and it was her mom's who I was visiting over across the thing, and then James, and they were just like dead cell. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know if I died or what. But I just popped up like nothing happened. Like whoops, like, and I go up the steps. I find the steps, and I go up the steps, and I get in the ring, and he's like so serious. He's like, he's not making a face or anything. He's just like so serious. And then I circle around once. I said, "Don't you flipping say anything," and then he started laughing because he knew I was okay, because I told him, "Don't you say anything," but they were terrified because it was like a, man, it was a good 4 or 5 foot drop face bump. I just told myself,
Thank God you're okay.
Yeah, well, my pride wasn't, but I got up and then I went to the ring and wrestled, and things. Wrestlers, they like to they try to rib you and get you goat about stuff, but they tried a couple times. Some of the guys that weren't even really on that loop, some older guys were tried, and they literally gave up, and they said, "Well, you're no fun." I go, "Why is that?" Because you're no soul that you just said, you laughed about it yourself. I go, "Yeah, it was silly. I lived and I was good," but it was embarrassing. But you don't want to really make a big deal of it. The show goes on. I just went out there and acted like nothing happened. But I went in there and joked in the ring because I saw how terrified they were, So there was no blood spray that night. I don't even know if the fans realized, because I was just walking and went poof, and, black, and then I just came up the steps.
They thought you were doing your brood entrance.
Yeah. Man. Thank God we're trained to action reaction. There's an action and you react to it, and I guess I just face bumped it and just hopped up, no sold it, went up in the ring, and then made a little joke to the guy. I was wrestling James Mason, who's an incredible, talented worker. I think he's one of the NXT coaches now over in UK, and then he just started laughing because he realized it was okay. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Yeah. All right. I hope I covered that there.
I think you did.
All
I think you did. Do we have time for one more? 2 more? Okay.
All right.
But you know what they call people from Liverpool? They call them Scousers, right?
Scousers, yeah. Scouse. Yeah, Scousers.
All right. Here's the next one.
And they call them from Birkenhead, just across the water from Liverpool, over near Merseyside where I lived.
They what? Sorry.
What they called the people in Birkenhead that lived just across the Merseyside River, and literally across the tunnel and from Liverpool. One Eyes. I don't know why. They call them One Eyes.
Tell us why in the comments below.
Or
we'll Google it.
But I'm a big Everton fan, so I'll go to the Everton matches when I'm over there, like football, soccer. Yeah.
This one's also from Jim Ugly. Kid Cadet. What's the most annoying worst song you've ever heard? P.S. You're so cute and sweet. Who set me up?
I didn't have nothing to do with Jim Ugly. I don't mess. First of all, you wouldn't be able to read my handwriting if I put anything in that box.
Okay.
2, I'm not going to take the time of day to I don't even know. Just barely made it here today to do this show. If you listen to the opening, you'll see that it took a good 15 minutes to get a rhythm. And so if anybody did anything, I'd blame Raymond. But I don't know. So what was the question again?
The worst song I ever heard.
Worst song I ever heard?
Wait, is it most annoying? Worst song? Okay, that's hard because I tried to find beauty in every song as a musician. But there was a song called The Ketchup Song. Do you remember it?
No.
And there was a dance. No, I can't. It was do you know The Ketchup Song, Raymond?
You know The Ketchup Song.
It's hey, ha, hey, I don't know. You know? No? Do you not know what I'm talking about?
See, I thought you would have come with the safety dance. Remember that?
I like the safety dance. There ain't nothing wrong. You can dance if you want to.
Who was it? Is it Susan? I think Susan was healing on that song. I said it's a great song.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's either Susan or Hannah. One of them was healing on that because I was singing the safety. It was on.
Yeah, I know. Safety dance. Are you looking at the Ketchup Song? Or do you have it?
And if you don't dance, then
you're no friends of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a Ketchup Song?
Yeah,
Is it a real Ketchup Song?
Yeah, it's called The Ketchup Song, but there's no reason for it. I don't know, but there's a dance.
That reminds me of the...
Is this are they playing an ad?
No, that's the song.
This is the song?
So that reminds me of the Ketchup...
No.
Why is it The Ketchup Song? Now I'm jamming out to it.
Are they like the Spice Girls or something?
I don't think so. Hold on, they're gonna get to the... We'll have to learn this dance, David. I don't know if it's Spanish or Portuguese. I think I just heard it one too many times. Here it goes.
Okay, it's the ketchup Macarena. Here's my thought on this. The song, whatever, but if they're watching the video, they're not. They're just looking at these hot girls doing some kind of dancing on
With
the
their
beach
hands?
With their hands. So,
Yeah.
But it reminds me of Pulp Fiction where she tells her a joke. You know, she goes, "Oh, you want to hear my joke?" And he goes, "So it was the three tomatoes walking, and then the son tomato, something was lagging back, and the father went back and smashed her and said, what did he say? Ketchup."
Ketchup. Don't be a square. Oh, such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such
Watching on the
a
airplane
good movie.
Friday in so much pain because I couldn't sleep.
Man.
But,
Are we at time? Do we have time for one more?
Mm-hmm.
We're at time? We're at time.
What
Okay, so we're going
time?
to save this one for next week?
No,
We can save it for next week. I got to get to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, the gym. Yeah, work off the mix.
Don't tell. Don't tell. Is it
All
okay
right.
we save it or you want to do it? It's up to you. Okay, we're going to save it.
All right, so that's it then, huh? So,
Okay.
so we did cover black cats and voodoo dolls, but we did cover chicken bones and bad luck for me. Tyree Pride incident, a little bit of Bigfoot history.
Are we going over what we covered?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We talked about you falling into an orchestra pit.
Yes. Most embarrassing, one of the embarrassing moments.
I'm sorry.
This was episode 19, right?
Yes.
So this is episode 19. We're doing our end of the episode recap. Yeah. So yeah, covered embarrassing moments. Covered
Mikazuki.
iZombie that.
So you're not going to go home and watch it, is what you're trying to say.
No, and JC, I believe it was, no, they cannot beat vampires. I don't. They cannot compete with a vampire.
Sorry.
Not even the Twilight vampires could they compete with.
But they sparkle in the sunlight.
I don't even know what we covered. We covered some. I don't know what we talked about today. I guess she's gonna have to listen to this episode to find out what we talked about. But it was a fun one. We covered the difference between a Wyndham and a travel lodge.
Oh yeah, we covered.
Drugs are cool, so is a corpse in a
Covered
coffin
too. Yeah,
Um,
McDonald's. Crap.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what we talked about in the last hour and a half.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, but I know it is. Well, I do know this and what time it is. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough.
Take some.
Thank you all for joining us. Banging the Bang with Gangrel, Kick It Dead in episode 19. Y'all have a beautiful day. Banging the Bang.